Let's give it up for TJ Britton, guys.
What's going on, everybody? Can you guys hear me pretty well? Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Yeah? No? Everybody good? Everybody stand up. Fast, fast. Okay, sit back down. Make sure everybody's woke. Hey, how you guys doing? I love it. I love it. Hey, how you guys doing? If you guys don't know me, my name is TJ. Everybody say hi, TJ. Hello, crazy kids. How you guys doing tonight? Hey, first of all, I am very humbled. I'm very excited to be here. I love ministering to young people. That is my heart. That's a calling that God's given me, and I'm honored to have it. I'm honored to be God's vessel. I am a professional athlete. I ran professional track for Nike and New Balance. I actually played professional basketball, worked out with the Houston Rockets, played some pro ball overseas for a few years, and now I am a pro MMA fighter. But the biggest thing I love to brag about are a few things. It's three things. Number one, I'm a minister. That's one of my favorite. Number two, I'm a father. I have 5 kids. 5 kids. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Crazy. And another thing that's important to me, I'm a husband. I love being a husband. I love being a father. I love being a minister. I love fighting as well. Does that sound bad? Like a minister fighting? I'm from a little bit different area. I'm not from this area. I'm literally from Poplar Bluff, Missouri. A little bit ghetto, a little bit country. So you guys can probably hear some words you little white kids not really used to. So just kind of fill it in. And I love saying those jokes. I'm married to a white woman, so you're going to hear a lot of black and white jokes. It's cool, though. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, when I first started fighting, she understood. She didn't really understand how this thing goes. So I got to go back to Poplar Bluff, Pastor Shane. I spoke at an older white man's church. And so I invited my grandma. My grandma's 79. I love my grandma. My grandma's kind of like Kevin Hart. She says whatever's on her mind. So you got to be very, very careful what you're going to get when grandma comes up. So grandma comes up, and we're sitting. I'm about to speak, and I said, my grandma's here. Can you wave your hand? She waves her hand. She stands up. I'm like, oh, Lord. I don't know about to go on, so I just want her to wave her hand, but she ghetto, so she stood up, and I said, Grandma, you got anything to say? And she said, I just thank the Lord for being here, and she looked back, and it's about 30, 40 people in there, and they're all pretty old, and she goes, and some of you people, probably think, well, why is he a minister and a fighter? Well, I just tell him, if he can't pray the hell out of him, he'll knock the hell out of him. I'm like, Granny, you can't say that in church. I love it, because some of you guys are tripping over. I love white people. You guys turn red. I love it. I love it. And it's cool, though, because the black people, we turn purple, And the mixed people, y'all turn mocha, so it's all good. We all get a little something, something. So a few things on my heart. I was praying today. I said, God, what do you want me to share with these young people and these young men and young women? And I feel like one of the biggest things, everybody say seed. One of the biggest things was planting seeds. The other one was stereotypes. What's funny is I've had 2 of you guys ask me, what's in this jug? It looks like Kool-Aid. Isn't that something? A funny story, my wife, you guys were thinking it already. I never seen a black man preach. He preached with Kool-Aid. He don't even get water. So one of the funniest things is me and my wife, I love my wife. We've been together for a while. She's put up with a lot. I haven't always been saved. I've always been one of those wild guys. And so we're married. And I remember the first time I went to, my wife is from Carthage, okay? Her family is red. Any Carthage people in here? I'm going to pray for y'all later. My wife family's redneck, okay? Any rednecks in here? Now I'm getting nervous. Keep the lights on. No. So I love it because it's 2 totally different backgrounds. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up a little bit in projects in the hood a little bit. My wife grew up different. Okay, so the first time that I went to their house for a family meeting, a family gathering to eat, yeah. Where I'm from, we eat greens, beans, potatoes, ham hocks, steak. That's what chicken. Y'all, go ahead and say it. Y'all were thinking it. So here we are, we pull up, and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, she goes, hey, they're having a fish fry. Well, I don't eat fish. It's got to be cooked a certain way, whatever. So I get there, and Grant, I'm like, okay, I really don't eat fish, so we're going to figure. She's like, but don't want my grandma, she cooked something different for you. So we get there, we sit at the table, everybody's eating fish, and they go, oh, TJ don't eat fish. And they're all looking, they're excited. And I'm like, what in the world's going on? So here they come, and she brings out this dish. Can anybody tell me what you thought it was? See, stereotypes right there. So she pulls out some chicken. I'm like, now a white woman cooking chicken make me nervous. No offense, I'm just saying where I'm from, it ain't, it's different. Don't judge me, okay? But I took a bite of that chicken and good Lord, it made me want to smack your mama. So they're drinking sweet tea and pop. Well, I don't drink pop and I don't drink tea. So they go to the store, they come back with something to drink. Can anybody tell me what they drunk? Boy, you guys are bad over here at Journey Church, I'm telling you. So they bring some Kool-Aid, and so my wife, true story, I'm not making this up. My wife's sister makes the Kool-Aid and brings it to me, and she makes it. She was so excited for me to sip their Kool-Aid. And I'm sorry, white people, we like diabetes. We like so much sugar in our Kool-Aid that you gotta like almost taste it. I mean, like when you pour it in your cup, you can see like little particles of the sugar go down there. If it ain't like that, it ain't black people Kool-Aid. So if you ain't make Kool-Aid like that, you're making sugar water. That's all we're making with flavor in it. So here she goes. She gives me the Kool-Aid. I take a drink and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and it's like so bitter, my like jaws are sucking in. It was crazy. It was crazy. Talking about stereotypes. But it's the same way. It goes both ways. You know, like the first time I've seen like some of you guys up here clapping. You know, you get a lot of white people when you say clap your hands. Come on, clap with me. See, we're already off beat. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you should have saw. You know, I'm very disappointed. When we were doing the little, what was it, the little dance? I don't know what it was. But Grant, you're a singer. How are you off beat? I don't understand that. And I'm very embarrassed. Stand up, Soleil. My niece is Puerto Rican and black, and she was off beat. I don't know what's going on. But we're talking about stereotyping here. Well, let's talk about when I was growing up, when I was you guys' age. I'm going to tell you guys something. I always thought that it wasn't cool to be a Christian. I always thought if you're a Christian, it's not nothing fun. You can't do anything. You just got to read the Bible, go to church, and yell at people for not going to church. That's what I thought. It's the honest God truth. That's what I thought it was. But then my life changed. And like now, man, it's cool to be a Christian. It really is. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, I'm a cool dude. Like, I don't care what y'all think. I got swag. My mama think I'm handsome. I must be because I'm married with 5 kids. But I'm a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? But we grow up in a society where we think it's not the right thing to do, and so we hide. And so when I was growing up, I was kind of like a punk. I was like a Sunday saint, but like a Monday ain't. Like I would be in church on Sundays, and I'd be lifting my hands and praying and doing all that. And we go to youth groups, and we be doing all this and all that. But then as soon as I get with the fellas, you know, we listen to Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z. Y'all don't know who those are. It'd be like Drake, Lil Wayne, Katy Perry. I don't know what y'all listen to these days, you know. Garth Brooks, is that, no? There we go. Brooks and Dunn, I know a little bit. Okay, I won you guys over now. So it's one of those things where it's okay to be who you are. Everybody say bold. Okay, I can't even say bold. Where are the bold Christians at? Where are we at? You know, how much time do we spend with God? I mean, I want you to really think about that. How much time do you spend with God? I mean, imagine if we put the time we put on Facebook, we put that time with God. Imagine the time we put on Instagram, we put that time in our Bibles. And imagine all the Snapchats and all that stuff. Imagine, first of all, imagine that stuff not disappearing. See, some of you guys turning red. Some of you guys are turning brown. Imagine that. You know, the sad thing these days is, you know, like, Pastor, it breaks my heart. And I've done it before. If we're going to church one Sunday and I leave my Bible, I'm like, oh, crap, I left my Bible. Well, I'll get it when I get home. But let one of us leave our phone somewhere. What will we do? Absolutely. And let one of you young people leave your phone somewhere. Your day will be messed up. Why can't that relationship be like that with Christ? Why can't we sacrifice that much? I mean, imagine God put that much time we put in with him, he put that in with us. See, now it gets a little different now, huh? I mean, imagine he talked to us like we talk to him. I mean, we do everything, and we depend on our best friends and our parents more than we spend on God. Everybody say seed. Seed. What seeds are we planting these days? You know, how many of you guys got little brothers and sisters? Nieces and nephews? Crazy moms and dads? Put your hands down. What type of seeds are you planting? Really, think about it. What type of seeds are you planting? I mean, we may not think it's big about the music we listen to. We may not think it's not a big deal about the movies we watch. Like, I am 35 years old. I am still scared of the dark. True story. You turn the lights off right now, I am running and I'm praying all together. I'm telling you, it's like a gunshot go off. But you want to know why, the most importantly, why I'm scared? My brother, her dad, when I was little, he used to always make us watch these scary movies like Freddy Krueger and all that, and he would take us, turn the lights off and like lock us in the closet. I know, black people, right? Crazy. Live raw. And I've been scared of the dark ever since. Now, I know it's no such thing as the boogeyman. I know all this. But I'm telling you, if you turn those lights off, you're going to see a brother get nervous. Like, I'm afraid of the dark, but that's the seeds that have been planted in my head. When I grew up, we listened to a lot of different type of music in the hood and this and all that and about drugs and all that. Well, guess what a lot of my friends got into? Or a lot about this, about different girlfriends. When I grew up, I had so many different girlfriends. I never respected a woman because it was the music and the things that I watch and I see. See, those seeds are always being planted in your head, you know? So you got to be careful what you show your young kids, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, even your parents. You may be the only light someone see. Did you know that? Like, you understand that? Like, you may be the only light someone will get. And everybody say bold. Be bold. You know, I'm the type of person, I'm walking somewhere, and if God say stop and pray with this person, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm in Walmart, Dairy Queen, Church's Chicken. I don't care where I'm at. I will stop and pray. And I hear people all the time, young people all the time, they say, this is one of the biggest things they say, Minister TJ, like, how do you hear from God so clearly? I spend time. Like, spend time. Did you know that just like God uses any minister or any pastor, he can use it the same way? The exact same way. The only difference is how much time are you putting in with him? Are you reading your word? Are you taking time out just to spend? Every morning I wake up, I thank God. Every morning I ask for wisdom. Because wisdom's free. If you ask for it, he's going to give it to you. You know, it's literally I don't know about you, but I love free things. Anybody else love free things? Amen. I love it. I love it. It's so many different things. And I understand society's so different nowadays. I mean, life is different. You guys are going through so much, especially in this area. You know, but man, hold on to one another. Have each other's back. You know, don't be afraid to be a Christian. Be better than me. People say, you're crazy, you're tough, you're a pro MMA fighter. Absolutely. But you know what's tougher than me? You know what's bolder than me? Being a Christian at your age and being a bold Christian. That's what's up. Like, that's what's up. Like, take this same attitude to your schools. Take your same attitude to the gym you work out at or the job you're at or wherever you go, the sports team you're playing on. Like, take the same attitude there with you. I'm telling you, other kids want to do the same thing you're doing, but no one else is doing it, so they just won't do it. You'd be surprised how many people will follow you. You'd be surprised. Like I guarantee right now, if I just took off and ran out the door, if someone stood up and just took off out the door, you could have like 10 of us like, whoa, we're trying to figure out what they were, right? Because you'd be surprised people will follow you. That's how it is. And I love the fact that you young people are here. This is amazing, man. Give it up for yourself. This is amazing. This is pretty awesome, man. This is pretty awesome. And every time you guys have this, you should challenge one another. Challenge each church. Hey, we're going to bring more visitors than you guys. I think some of you guys are from Destiny. Destiny's here. Make some noise. Come on. There you go. And then, was it the light? The light's here. Who else is here? The barnyard? One church is in the building. Y'all got a crazy pastor. I love it. What is it? I don't want to tell you what I thought you said, but she said the sheep shed, right? All right. Thank the Lord. All right. Invite. So next time you got to do something like this, like invite one or two people. Everybody invite somebody. You know what I'm saying? Make this thing huge. I mean, this is amazing. This is not going on everywhere. Let me tell you, I go speak all over, and this is amazing, man. This is amazing. Get up for your pastor and your youth pastors. I'll tell you what, and I'll wrap up real fast. My youth minister and I are still very good friends now, but he literally saved my life. He literally saved my life. I went to a youth conference one time in Branson, Missouri, one of the biggest in Southeast Missouri at this time. And we're going there, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just like being honest. Can I be honest with you guys? Is that cool? Is that all right? I went because it was a girl there. That's the only reason why I went. Some of you guys are laughing because that's why you're here. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. Again, you guys are turning red, but it's cool. So we got invited to go to this youth conference. I wanted to go, but kind of really didn't want to go. And then everybody say Jasmine. I had this girl to go to my church named Jasmine. And Jasmine was a mixed girl. She had this long, beautiful hair. And she had this pretty like green eyes. And she had a smile that just, I'm telling you, like, it'll mess you up. You will give her your Kool-Aid. It's that, I'm telling you, true story. And so Jasmine wasn't even going to go to the conference, right? So we didn't sign up. I wasn't going anyway. Then all of a sudden I found out Pastor saying that Jasmine was going to the conference. So I could not miss this trip, right? So somehow I weaseled my way on there in the final way. What's there for 4? Everybody say 4 days. 4 days. Now, see, Jasmine went to a different school. She lived like 20 minutes away from me. So I get 4 days to throw my little game down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the mirror. I'm like doing this stuff. You know, I'm turning my head backwards. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my swag right. You feel what I'm saying? So we get on the bus, and I'm talking to her. And guess what? Jasmine up there sitting by one of my good friends. Mess a brother up. So here I am. We 4 hours away, and Jasmine talking to another dude. Messed me up. I didn't want to be here anyways. So we go to the youth conference, and the first night, it's okay. It's pretty cool, but it's like 1,000 people there, and it's awesome, you know what I'm saying? And then the second day, it's pretty cool. Then the third day, a guy got up, and he was pretty funny. He kept my attention. He was an athlete, so he kept my attention a little bit. And he began talking about forgiving people. He began talking about this and that. And by the end of the service, he said something that blew my mind. He said, some of you guys are here, you think you're here for a different reason, but God knows how to get you in the house. When he said that, it kind of hit me. I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Then he started talking about some of you guys need to ask for forgiveness, and some of you guys are upset at your parents, and some of you guys, you got a habit of lying. I'm like, man, did somebody tell this dude all about me or something? I'm over here turning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting nervous. And then he asked one thing at the end of the girl, he goes, if you feel like I'm talking to you, I want you to raise your hand. So I'm like, man, I'm not raising my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do it. And I look over, like one of my good friends kind of like popped his hand up. Then he goes, and some of you guys are so insecure, you're just followers. And you're doing stuff you don't even want to do. And if that's you want me to pray for you, raise your hand. Then I look over, it's like a few more hands raised. And I'm like, huh. Then he said, and some of you guys think that you came for a certain person, but God knew how to get your attention to get you here. And before I knew it, my hand goes, and I'm like, get down. So then he does this thing. It was pretty cool, I'm telling you. It's pretty cool. He goes, now I want you to be bold. I want you to be bold. He goes, God loves you right in your seat the same way he loved you up here. He said, but man, if you can be bold enough to come up here and let me pray for you, or let somebody who's meant to pray for you, I'm telling you, your life will never be the same again. And I was like, I ain't going up there. He ain't getting me. I see what happened in Black People Church. They fall, they get to jumping crazy, some of them running around church. Hey, it ain't happening, right? So he begins to talk, he begins to minister more and more and more. He's talking about forgiveness. He's talking about all this and all that. And before I knew it, like my eyes started watering. Anybody ever cried in church? See how the girls raise their hand and the guys are like I'm you know, I grew up different. I grew up in the project, so like we don't cry. Like, what's crying? And he began to like pray this corporate prayer, and all of a sudden, like my eyes like started watering. So I'm like, I'm trying to play it off, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden this tear, it was like one of those big tears. It was like a jug. It was just sitting there. You know, and I'm like, man. And I was so scared to blink, because I knew if I blinked, it was gonna come on down. Anybody had one of those tears just sit there? There you go, and you blink and it's just gonna come running on down. We're gonna call him running. You just go right here. And so I'm like, I'm trying to keep my pastor, I'm trying to keep my eyes open, so I know if I blink, he's gonna take off running on me. And I blinked one time, and sure enough, the other one tricked me. The other one jumped in. Boop. So now I was really messed up. But that was the first time ever. Listen to what I'm telling you. It was the first time ever I raised my hands and I said, God, I can't do this on my own. I'm tired. I'm tired of being this way. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I stood up and I looked at the owl and I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. That owl looks long. And true story, I was in the back like this. Like, I thought like, by the time I get up and go down there, it's going to be over with. So I'm like, okay, you know what? So he gets done praying. I can't make this up. There's like 50 people up here. He gets done praying, and they all go back to their seat. I'm like, okay, well, and I said, I'm like, a lot of you guys probably like me. I was like, you know what, God? If you really want me up there, give me a sign. Anybody else do that? Okay, thank you. I was getting a little nervous. I was like, give me a sign. So then I didn't see not one sign. So everybody comes back to their seats, and everybody sit down. He's still up there, and the music's playing. He's about to dismiss. And I'm like, okay, God, you didn't want me up there. You didn't give me a sign. And the guy's about to dismiss, and he goes, I feel like it's a few more that want to come up here. I'm like, oh, this is getting creepy. And he's like, someone's really dealing with forgiveness. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going up there. So then I tell myself, you know what, God? Give me a sign. Now, I asked for like 5 signs. God's 5 for 5 right now. But I want another sign, right? I said, God, give me a sign. If you give me a sign right now, I don't care. You give me that sign, God, I'm going to walk up there. I don't care if I'm walking myself. I don't care who talk about me. You give me that sign. That's what I told God. I'm arguing with him. You better give me the sign. But in my heart, I really didn't want to go up there because I was worried about what people thought. And so he told me something. He goes, you know what? He said, before I dismiss, I'll say one more thing. He said, I know I said this 2 or 3 times, but what I'm going to say is someone came for maybe a friend, and before he started, I just jumped up and took off running because I didn't want him to say girl. So I took off running down the aisle, and before I knew, I get down there, and I stand, and he looked at me. True story, he looked at me, and he said, young man, you have no clue what God's going to do for your life. You have no clue. He said, you're going to speak to thousands and thousands of young people. And I looked at him, and I literally opened my eye, like one eye, and I was like, no, don't say that. Like, don't. Like, because at this time, I'm suspended from school. I'm always in trouble. I'm always lying, manipulating. I'm always into something. So I'm like, you don't say that because people are probably going to talk about me. And people that know me know that God's not going to use me. Because that's what's in my head. I think that if you do so bad that God can't use you. And that's a lie from the pits of hell. Amen? Amen. Or right on? There we go. Yeah, baby. So, yeah, baby. That's a new, yeah, get her done. I'm learning. I'm telling you, I'm learning. I'm learning. So he began to minister to my heart. He began to, and he challenged me. He challenged me. He said, you know what? He said, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to be you. He said, let God use you. And I said, well, how do you let God use you? Because he can't use me because I'm such a bad person. And I'm telling him all this and all that. And Pastor Shane, he's literally looking at me laughing. This pastor's laughing at me. I'm telling them, well, I get in trouble for this. And I'm being honest because they tell me to be honest. I'm at the altar. I can be honest, right? And he's laughing at me. And he goes, come as you are. He said, you can't change yourself, young man. He said, but I know a man that will. So I'm like, is he here? Now, what the funny story is, before I told you guys the story, I should have told you that my dad's an assistant pastor. So I was a pastor's kid. Any pastor kids in here? Yeah. Y'all know how it is. And then my uncle's a pastor. My mom's a minister. My other uncle's a pastor. So I know how God works. I've seen God do things, but God's never done anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch God do it for everybody else, but he ain't done nothing for me is what I thought. But what I realized, he wake me up every morning. He kept me safe. He answered prayers, and I'm thankful for the unanswered prayers. And you guys will understand that as you get older. Music, would you come as I finish up? Can the music come up as I finish up? So one thing he challenged me, he goes, can you be a better you? He said, spend time with God. He said, take 2 minutes out your day. That's it. Everybody say 2. 2 minutes out your day. I'm telling you, you know what? The devil will distract you. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Everybody understand that? Like, it doesn't matter. If he can distract you whichever way he can, he's going to do it. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your friends. He don't care about your family. He don't care about your dog, your cat, rooster, goat. I don't know what y'all got. He don't care about those either. He cares about nothing. He comes to kill, steal, and to destroy. And he's so deceived. I mean, he will make you feel like you're all alone. It happens all the time. I get phone calls from young people. I had one an hour before I came here of a young lady saying, TJ, I just feel like no one understands. I go to church and I go to everything I'm supposed to go, but then when I go back home and I lay down and you don't understand, like my dad's an alcoholic. My mom goes to the casino and she spends all the money, and then mom and dad, they fight and they argue and I have nothing. The only peace I have is at church. And what I had to tell her is, you can take that same peace you have at church everywhere you go. See, God's just not a God in church. He's not just a God on youth nights or a God on Sundays or Sunday nights or Wednesdays. He's a God every single day. And guess what? Every thought that you have, he cares about. He cares about each and every one of you. Short, tall, fat, small, black, blue, purple, mocha, whatever you are, he cares about you. You have any, I'm telling you, your life can change if you give him all of you. Everybody say all. All of you. Give him all. Take your hands off things. Let God do things. Some of the other things I see is, I see so many Christians, we try to get people, we try to fix them. We try to get somebody, we try to fix them. That's not our job. That's not our job. God said, catch the fish. He didn't say clean them. That's not for us to do. And then sometimes we go through things, and guess what? We try to fix ourselves. Anybody ever been that? Well, I'm struggling with this, and I'm struggling with that. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop. And you know what? I honestly 100% believe you are trying to stop. Honestly believe it. But some things you're going to need God. Some things you're going to need God. So as you guys go ahead and stand for me. If you can dim the lights down just a little bit, hopefully they can still see me. I'll smile. I want everybody to close your eyes. Close your eyes, no peeking. I'm looking right at you. Close your eyes. You guys are... Here in a second, they're going to begin to sing. And I'm going to tell you guys something. As your eyes close, if you're comfortable, because I don't believe in puppeting it. I don't believe in puppeting anybody. But if you're comfortable, I want you to begin to just lift both hands up. I'll lift my hands up with you. Lift them high. You know, I learned, Pastor, about 8 years ago, I played ball in Santiago, Chile. No matter where you go, lift your hands in international for I surrender. Whew. I surrender. Some of you guys may wonder why they lift their hands in church. This is the sign say, God, I surrender all. I surrender all to you. God's been better in you than you've been to yourself. So as your hands are up and your eyes are closed, I just want you to begin to just think about the goodness of Jesus. Because our God is good. See, I think people get it twisted. Well, God allowed that. No, God is good. He's a good God. Amen? So I want to bind a lot of the negative thoughts of I'm all alone because God will never leave us nor forsake us. All the I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't fit this. I don't fit that. We're going to bind that right now. And as we begin to sing a little bit, you can put your hands down now. Just begin to think about the things that God's doing in your life. As they sing, I don't mind to pray. I think Brother Andy's going to come up and pray with me. And any of you youth ministers want to come up to the altar as well. But I want to challenge some of you guys to be bold. I see some of you guys laughing and some of you guys wiping the tears. You guys had the same tears that I had. Be bold for Christ. I'm telling you, it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. You know, no matter what you're doing, your friends can only be there for so long. But no one can comfort you like God. No one can be there for you like God. So as our heads are bowed, if you were one of those ones, even though I was talking when I came here and I was praying, I feel like a lot of you guys are dealing with unforgiveness. Like, you got to forgive. If you know deep down in your heart that you need to forgive some people, I'm not here to embarrass you. I just want you to kind of raise your hand. You can raise it and put it back down. Thank you for being honest. It could be your friend, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your parent. It don't matter who it is. But God cares about it. And if you're dealing with some things, no matter what it is, it could be insecurities, it could be watching pornography. That's real. Suicidal thoughts, that's real. That's real, people. If you're dealing with peer pressure, you're dealing with feeling like you're not enough. If that's you, I'm not here to embarrass you. I just want you to kind of raise your hand. Wow, thank you, Holy Spirit. And once you raise, you can put it back down. And if you're just saying, like, I'm just tired of the way life is going, God, I surrender my all to you. Not 60%, not 70%, but 100%. God, I want all of what you have for me. Can you kind of just raise your hand just a little bit? Thank you. And you can put them down. Now, again, like the young man told me at the youth conference, he said, hey, God's going to bless you even in the seats as he will at the altar. But I'm here to pray for you if you want prayer. My brother's here to pray for you, want prayer. And I feel in my spirit before they let sing, I keep hearing in my spirit that this young lady in here struggling with insecurities. If you're struggling, where's my niece Soleil? Come here. My niece Soleil struggled with insecurity. She struggled with a lot of different things, but God has healed her. Now she's going all over speaking and doing things that she probably never thought she'd ever do. But you're looking at what God can do right here. You're looking at it. It's not a he say, she say. No, this is it. So some of you young ladies dealing with insecurities, if you're dealing with peer pressure, maybe from boys or whatnot, whatever, I want you to come over in this corner. You don't worry about what people are going to think or say about you because they're not God. Amen? And they're not going to be there when you need them, when you're all alone. And no one's here to judge. So if that's you, you make your way over to this left corner over here. The rest of you guys that raise your hands for different type of prayer things, feel free to come here. We'll be up here praying. I think some of the youth ministers are here. Welcome to come up and pray as well. But take a bold stand for Christ like never before. We need it, especially in our area. We need better young people to stand up and do it. Because you guys are the next generation. And the way things are going, you never know. So Father God, I just thank you and I praise you right now. God, I pray that you give these young people the boldness. God, I pray they just never underestimate what you've given them. God, I pray that these are just young people that just get hungrier for you. Thank you. God, I just pray that right now you just strengthen them. Strengthen their relationship with their parents. Strengthen their relationship with their youth ministers, with their friends. God, I pray you put the right people around them at the right place at the right time. And God, I pray most importantly that the boldness that we were born with, we all were born with the boldness that just comes to shine through. And whatever stage you put them on, whether it's sports, whether it's praise and worship, whether it's ministry, whether it's at their job, whatever it may be, God, I pray that they stand up and do what you want them to do because it's about you and not about us. So Holy Spirit, just breathe in this place tonight. Come and have your way. We're here for prayer if you want it. Don't feel like you have to come down. You can catch us when we're walking out. You can raise your hand, we'll come to you. But feel again, don't feel like you have to. You guys begin to sing.
The head that once was crowned